Hello, this is Batty77 of Bottom Feeders Incorporated. We're back for part 2 of Shadow of the Colossus for Series 3 of Is It Art? Where's my horse? Because I saved over... Oh, he's over where I saved last time. When I was saying, I think it's thematically appropriate that the save spots are altars and you have to kneel in front of them, which is kind of what you do in front of an altar. One more reason I say it tells most of its story. It does everything for the most part through the gameplay. There's a few cutscenes, but nothing jarring or that takes over the game. Not that cutscenes are inherently bad, I just always love a game that finds optional ways to tell their stories. One of these days I'm gonna get that bird. I guess there's a trophy for it. And as I've said a million times, and will say a million more, since I'm not a trophy hunter, it's not that big of a deal for me. Did I go to the... I went to the wrong one. Oh well, I can just twist around over here. I think. Just a beautiful, empty world. And that's a criticism of it that some people have, is that the world's so empty. Not in the same way they criticize Metal Gear. But it is a criticism, but I like it because it should be empty. It's the Forbidden Land. Forbidden Lands are places people aren't supposed to be for one reason or another, so it makes sense that a forbidden land would be barren and broken down like this. I mean, it's not the well-populated land. It's not the slightly suggested not to go there land. It's the forbidden land. Slightly suggested not to go there land. I think I've played games with that. What the heck? Oh, I see what I was pressing. That was user error. I wasn't releasing my thing when I should have. I was trying to press a separate button to make the arrow fly. And since that's not how it works, it makes total sense that it didn't work. Sometimes it's harder to see if there's anything in there, though. Okay, that lizard don't count. If they don't have white tails, they don't do nothing. I didn't know that when I first started playing this game. I didn't actually figure it out until the PS3 remaster, so I spent a lot of time killing lizards and not getting why it wasn't upping my grip meter. But now I know. And thanks to this playthrough, now you know. Oh, come on. I don't want to get stuck again. Okay, let's see over here. Definitely some here. I'd prefer a grip meter, but more life ain't bad either. It's so funny, it's minimal. Can't even see from one exactly how much of Eddie your life meter's going up. It doesn't look at all, but if you actually pay attention as you're doing it, you get a bunch of them, and it's definitely picking up more than you realize. Alright, come on, Aggo. Come on, buddy. This horse is my buddy. A lot of games with friendly animals and animal companions, but I think Aggo is definitely up there on the list of awesome animal companions. Of course, there again, thematically, there's stuff later on. Now you got these kind of cutscenes, but I don't consider them cutscenes in the same way. That's the same way a cutscene is like a boss cutscene in a Souls game. Like, it's just kind of a, here's a little preview of where you're going and what's coming up next, but it's not story driven. It doesn't, by the time, if you know, the old thing is like, stop playing, put my controller down. Well, by the time you actually put your controller down, it's over anyway, so it's not like it's really taking control out of your hands or limiting your experience. And he's gonna be over here and break out the wall. I like this colossus a lot. It's simple. Both how you fight him, but also his design is pretty simple. But I love him all the more for that. I think that's part of what makes them work. He's got two. Got one on his ass and one on his head. And of course, there's a trick to those parts where I wish I had a little bit better grip. But you do get more grip every time you kill one, regardless of whether you've been collecting lizard tails or not. Spot right here could be kind of frustrating if you sometimes it's better to wait for him. Sometimes he'll like curve his body. Do this better. Looks like we got him this time, though. Pain. There's a me. That's just beautiful, not just the art of him and the hair, but just he's in pain and he's already missing a horn. And it's like I'm a gnat to him. Very deadly gnat, but I'm a gnat. And it's just doing its thing. It's not like it beyond dormant telling me to take it out. It's not like it did anything. And here it goes. And I feel bad. Listen to the music. Like, they're definitely through gameplay and graphics trying to make you feel, and that's what art does. Art tries to connect with you. Art tries, excuse me, to make you feel something and connect on an emotional level, and that's what Shadow of Colossus does, and that's why it is one of, if not the best example of games as art. Because not only does it attempt it, but it accomplishes it. It fires on all cylinders when it comes to that. I really feel what Wander's feeling. From my connection to aggro, to my willingness to do what it takes to bring her back. Feeling like a dirtbag for this. As I roam the Forbidden Land. Let's go take a quick look. Why are we doing... Oh, it's gonna be another clue. It's the big soldier one. The sword. One of my least favorite. Some people love him. I mean, he's got a good design. I don't mean it like I hate him, like, oh, it's just a bad Colossus. I mean, I hate fighting him. I have issues with getting on that sword and getting up, and there's multiple ways to do it. Especially if you've ever tried doing it in one of the time attack modes. Does this... I need to look at something really quick. There is no straight up run button. You notice there's two birds. I found that funny, which is the amount of colossi I've taken out. That's what we're doing it for, folks. Big bridge. It goes nowhere. Now we can see the cave where he came out of. Eventually I'm going to have to look into picking up. One of the few things they added was the coins. I think eventually I'd like to look and pick them up so that, okay, I guess they unlock stuff. Well, of course, just playing unlocks stuff with different gear, weapons. Over in there, but we're not going to go face him today. What we are going to do is go look for lizard tails, which I think, I've heard mixed opinions on it, but I think it's one of the more important things in the game. I've never thought it was a waste of time to look for lizard tails. If anything, I've always thought that's part of what gives the game its charm. It's the tails and the fruit. Because it gives you a reason to explore, but again, it's a barren world, but it should be. getting some grip. I'm gonna find this one, because they're always at the shrines. This is the one. I mean, there's a few. There's like one shrine that may not have one, and there's a few you can find in places that aren't shrines, but usually standard is shrines are where the white-tailed lizards hang out. So today I'm gonna take his tail, save, and that'll be the end of this particular video. And then when we pick back up, I'm going to actually keep looking for lizard tails in a few other places before we go to the third colossus, because he's one of the ones that I actually need the grip for. Like I said, I'm not kidding. He's one of the few colossus I have actual real issues with, and my issues with him are based pretty much on grip. Like I said, I don't have an issue with him as a colossus from a design or gameplay, or what he is in the game standpoint or lore. So it's nothing like that. It's just from a gameplay standpoint, I need the grip meter to be able to fight him, because I'm not very good at it otherwise. Where'd he go? He was right there. And they usually follow some kind of discernible pattern. Where'd he go? There he is. Hey, buddy. Should have just... like a cat and mouse. The Wanderer and the Lizard. Oops. Hopefully that got him. Sometimes it takes multiple hits. Yep. And now he knows to be watching out for me, so. Come on. Ah, man. Oh, thanks, Argo. And then I'll come across one later at some point. That'll be just like, boom. And I'll be like, length of time justified. What? My cat's complaining. Got it! Yay! Okay, so let's save. We'll kneel in front of our shrine. And that's going to be all for today. Thank you very much. This has been episode 2 of Shadow of the Colossus and Series 3 of It Is It Art for Bottom Feeders Incorporated. And this has been your host, Matty77. Join us next time as we discuss Is It Art, and we also take out the third Colossus, get some more lizard tails for grip meter. And until that fateful video,